shoreline town says they are getting hit the hardest when it comes to budget cuts. Budget cuts are being hit hard all across the state, including schools. Well, now folks in Groton say they're being hit unfairly. News 8's Tina Detel talked with state and school leaders today about those cuts. She joins us live in Groton tonight to break it all down for us. Tina?
And this is the Mary Morrison Elementary School. Now, most of the students here are from military families. It's sort of a unique situation here in Groton, and the folks around here don't believe the state quite understands that, and they believe that is why the state is making such a big cut to the town's education cost-sharing grant.
Backed by school and town leaders, Groton's state representatives say state funding for education is being cut unfairly.
Groton received the largest total dollar amount reduction compared to any other school district, and that's about a $4.6 million reduction.
Representatives Andre Baumgardner and John Scott, both Republicans, say it's political.
Of the 57 towns that had deeper cuts, 52 of them are run by Republican legislators, senators, or town councils.
The superintendent of schools says the state isn't taking into account that a quarter, or more than 1,100 students, are active duty dependents. 85% live in military housing, and they do not pay property taxes. So the $16 million it costs to educate those kids is paid half by taxpayers and the other half by federal and state funding. The state's portion is the same amount now being cut.
It's just fundamentally unfair, and it misses the point, I think, of the unique nature of Groton hosting this large number of military housing units.
Representative Scott has been told Groton's declining student population is the reason for the reduction in funds.
They held us harmless because of our Navy and Coast Guard students, and then they just are ripping the Band-Aid off in one huge hit.
A $4.6 million cut. Our Public Works Department is $6 million. Our Police Department is $6 million. That's cutting 2/3 to 3/4 of one single department.
Interestingly, a state mandate doesn't allow the town to make cuts to what it funds education because it can't fall below what was funded last year. So the lost revenue, if these cuts go through, will have to be found elsewhere.
It would most likely mean a tax increase to the citizens of Groton.
Now, both Representatives Baumgardner and Scott would like to see an across-the-board cut of 1% for this education funding. That's for all the towns. Right now, Groton is looking at an 18% cut. Now, both representatives say that they will work with their caucus as well as across the aisle with Democrats to try to change that. We're live in Groton. Tina Detel, News 8.
All right, Tina, thank you. And to check out this story and see other stories that we've covered on the budget, head to our website, WTNH.com.